What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Glad you guys are here to check out another vid. Pretty different environment, right? Different but not different, right? So as you guys know by now, my girlfriend and I, we left the city down in Tampa, and it's been a crazy experience up until this point, right? From the whole thing of like moving, packing up everything, loading up that U-Haul. The past week has been absolutely crazy. Just kind of moving everything like within like a 48-hour notice. It was absolutely fucking crazy. We had my girlfriend's brother, and then I had one of my homies come and help us. So that was like a huge help, but we were able to kind of make it happen. We actually came back. I'm a strong believer, if you're not happy somewhere, why stay in that current situation? Stop bitching about it and just do something about it. So we said, fuck it, it's time to come back home, and here we are, back to Connecticut again, right? Where this shit all started. The real ones that do follow me on Instagram, you guys know that born and raised from CT, so this is where we're gonna make it happen. Not gonna try to run away thinking that that will be the answer, right? I'll run away and kind of I'll make a name for myself running away, right? I'm gonna make a name for myself fucking staying born and raised where you're from and make it happen where you're from. We actually drove from Tampa, Florida, all the way back to Connecticut in one shot. I didn't want to do it, but Ash and her brother wanted to fucking make the trek up, and fucking, like, it was like an 18 or 19 hour fucking mess. And I'm just now kind of getting back normal. Pulled an all-nighter. I just try to eat as much food as I could because obviously, as you guys know, I'm bulking right now. So I try to eat as much food as I possibly could while fucking driving up. It was just such a fucking mess, man. I drank like 2 energy drinks, kept me up the whole fucking night. We left Florida at 6:30 p.m., drove from Florida, entered into Georgia, I believe, and then we entered into South Carolina at like 2 a.m. By the time I was in South Carolina, I thought I was like hallucinating. Then from South Carolina, we stopped there, kind of like got stretch our legs out in bed, got at my first energy drink of mini there. And then in North Carolina, it started, like the sun started to come up. So I was like fucking tripping. I typically stay up between the times between 3 and 5 a.m. I typically go to bed around that time. I've just always done that, right? Ever since I was a kid in middle school, I probably, if I had to say what caused it, definitely was like staying up and playing video games with my friends. Like OG Call of Duty, OG Minecraft, me and the homies would stay up all night during like winter storms, and school's canceled, so we're gonna fucking pull an all-nighter and play video games all night. So I think it started with that, this kind of like, not habit, but like this lifestyle, I guess, of staying up late, right? Obviously, me getting into fitness and working out, started to kind of work out at night. I try to work out during the day, like normal, like NPC times at like fucking like 3 to 5 p.m. But I just couldn't do it just because I couldn't get like enough meals in me and shit. So I tried working out later so I get more carbs and food in me, and then it started working out from like 6. 6 was like, okay, and then I started working out at 7. 7 was all right for a little bit, and then now I've just started working out between like 8 and 9 p.m. So like, and I've loved it, and I've just stayed ever since. So before I start like changing the topics and shit, once a day started to come in North Carolina, I was like, holy shit, like this is like way different than like staying up late going to the gym. Like I'm actually driving a fucking U-Haul with my car attached to the back of it. Again, I'm not saying like I'm driving this big truck, but dude, guys, like I'm driving a 15-foot U-Haul with my car attached to the back that I had to rig up myself. Not across the country, but pretty much as close as across the country you'll get. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do mentally. Staying up late and working out is much different than driving a fucking U-Haul with your car attached to it with all your life possessions and savings in one fucking truck, driving across the country for 18 hours through the night. It's a complete mind fuck. I just get the just thinking about it again. Pretty sure we stopped somewhere in Virginia, brushed my teeth, like in some fucking bathroom. It was so nice to leave Florida and progressively get back into the colder climate. Nothing beats the Northeast, in my opinion. Once we got out of Virginia, then I'm pretty sure we entered up into Delaware, Baltimore, which was a complete shit fest. Still haven't ate any food. I'm off of probably like 2 energy drinks at this point. I would be like, not dozing off, but like, dude, I'm like exhausted, right? Like I'm like kind of like dozing off in the car. I'd have to like wind the window down in the U-Haul to stick my fucking head out the car to get the cold air to kind of wake you up. You guys drive, you guys know what I'm saying. Like when you're tired driving behind the wheel, it's such shitty, uncomfortable feeling. And I probably felt like that for hours. I just kept playing like music that like I would just keep singing to. Like I'd have to keep playing songs that I keep singing to so to keep me awake. And it was just, I can't believe I pulled it off. Being honest, that's probably one of the proudest things I've accomplished, is pulling that all-nighter, driving a fucking 15-foot U-Haul with my car attached to it back home. That is fucking crazy. When I tell you guys, like, if you're uncomfortable with a situation or a current setting you're in, do whatever the fuck it takes to get out of it, because there's no point of just sitting here complaining when you could just make the change. The change is gonna suck so bad. The feeling of being back home and fixing that problem is so worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Haven't really had a chance to shave. Like, I'm kind of like breaking out on my skin a little bit just from like all the stress and just packing up and doing all this, and man, it's been crazy. And then by the time I got back home, I just remember shoving all my fucking calories in that last minute. I'm not recommending anyone to do that, but I'm weird like that. Huge bowl of rice and chicken, like 2 protein shakes, a bunch of fruit, like a bunch of shit last minute. It was like 3,300 calories I just like crammed in within like an hour or two span. Bro, I was like in a food coma and I just fucking passed out. Mentally, I feel so much fucking better because I can just focus on me. And also, I did miss the snow a lot, so I'm pretty sure it snowed last night too, so which is kind of nice. We're not getting that much snow this year, honestly. Not just the Northeast, but I don't think we're really getting that much snow in general for the whole United States, because we're in some kind of like heat wave kind of thing. I don't know, something off like the Pacific. I forgot what it's called. So I'd be like swapping back and forth between like my house and like Ashley's house. I'd be crashing at home in like my little brother's room. I'd come back here and then crash in Ash's room and just kind of like flop back between the two. Actively right now like looking for like an apartment that we would move into here. Probably within like the next week or two we'll figure something out. Obviously I'll take you guys through that as well. Currently like living out like a trash bag or two right now, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, dude, that's what life's about. Life's fucking crazy. So yeah, probably gonna go outside real quick and check the snow out. So let's see how that looks. Okay. Can you see me? All right, guys. So I don't know. I just had this idea to do this, right, Ash?
Yep.
I haven't experienced the snow yet, right? But let's give it a try, okay? Fuck. I haven't fucking do this, bro. How's the physique look, though? Pretty bulked up, though.
Okay, ready?
Does it look good? King of the Northeast.
Is this a mental health issue?
As soon as I put my head down, it's cold, but it's not. Definitely did miss the snow a lot. Just doing stupid shit like that, right? Like going snowboarding, doing shit like this, and obviously working out and training at night in the snow is just obviously will always be unmatched. When you're like outside and it's snowing or it just snowed, the quietness outside is like a different type of quietness. It's like almost like noise canceling. It's just like a different type of quiet that you really can't experience anywhere else. I can't feel my toes or my fingers, so I'm gonna head inside and get changed, and I'll catch you guys at the gym. Alright, so we just got to the gym. It's pretty freaking cold out. It's like 23 degrees out right now, so it's fucking cold. So I have squats again today. Looking to honestly try to PR again. My carbs are pretty high. My coach just bumped up my carbs by 30 grams, which is 120 calories, which is a good amount from like last week. I was at 450 450 grams of carbs a day, day 5 or day 6 on 480 grams. So I'm definitely feeling it a lot, right? I feel super full throughout the day. I noticed back when I was at maintenance, I think I'm pretty sure I was eating 385 grams of carbs a day. I was comfortable, right? I wasn't like stuffed after a full day of eating, but I am starting to feel a bit more stuffed with 480 grams of carbs, and I've only been bulking for about a month and a half at this point. So my coach says the carbs gonna go up pretty high. So I guess I'm gonna have to experience like force feeding, or you know what I mean, have to try to find like more like drinkable carbs, if that makes sense. So I'll figure it out, but I'm going for a PR today, as I always do for every gym session I hit. I always try to hit a PR every single time. It doesn't have to necessarily be on the compounds for me, but I'm always just trying to hit a PR in general. Last week, for my squat session, I hit 415 for 7. It's fucking awesome, because remember in the first video, God's Plan, I hit 405. Pretty sure that was for fucking, did I get 7? 405 for the first vid I did here on YouTube? I can't remember, but and I would love to hit 415 for 8 tonight. I usually hit 6 to 8 reps, like my heavy compounds. Once I hit that 8th rep, I call that the graduation rep. Once I hit that 8th rep, I basically graduated from that weight per se, right? So now I can graduate up. And my compounds, I usually like to bump things up by like 10, not really 15, because 15 is kind of like too high. I feel like just increasing it by 5 pounds, that's a bit like too little. For me personally, I think increasing by 10 or decreasing by 10 pounds is the best way to go. That's basically it. So a few weeks ago when I hit 405 for 8, obviously I graduated to 415, hit it for 7 last week. I'm going to try to go for 415 today for 8. I hit it for 8, obviously I'm going to keep that for my second set. That means next week I'm going to hit 425 for 6 to 8, and then once I hit 425 for 8, then I'll bump up to 435, you know what I mean? So that's just basically how I do my shit, and I've always seen hella gains by doing that shit. Basically, I'm just gonna finish off this pre-workout out. This isn't the pre-workout I'm using right now, but this is the Cage stem free. I usually take this on like my upper body days. So it's like a non-stimulant kind of thing. Just started kind of taking like a little bit of caffeine. So this is the Cage Sport. I don't have the container for it, but it's watermelon flavor. It's super fucking good. Cage.com, code DEX for 15% off at checkout. Great ass pre-workout. Every time the homies use my code, it helps me save some cash to go buy more camera gear. So love you guys. The only thing I don't like with like caffeine, I find every time I take caffeine, I have to like, how do I say this? I have to shit myself, plain and simple. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I immediately get the urge to like have to like destroy the fucking toilet. Like, it works, right? And that's how I know it's kicking in. I started kind of sipping on this on the way here to the gym, and yeah, I kind of sped up probably like 10 minutes out of the gym because I have to fucking shit myself. So great pre-workout though. I'm gonna head inside. I'm gonna go destroy the toilet. Yeah, we'll pick this back up when I start setting up for squats. So let's do this. But now that we're up in here, now warmed up to I think about 315 right now. Based on how I'm feeling right now, I feel like I did a really good job like timing my carbs throughout the day. So I'm feeling pretty good. So my knee sleeves are all like fucked up and shit. So they're like 40, 50 bucks. So they did a pretty good job, but I just feel like once I noticed like my joints started to get like a bit more taxed, because obviously I'm pushing heavier weight because I'm getting stronger because I'm in a bulking phase. These are like all like starting to like rip and shit. Like they're all like starting to kind of like rip up and shit now. So I've been borrowing my girlfriend's knee sleeves. So I've been kind of using these and these. So I've been like doubling up on knee sleeves for the time being until like I could save up some cash to get like, I don't know, like SBD like knee sleeves or some, or Inzer, one of those things. These are small and these are extra small. So I'm not gonna lie, these feel fucking great. So for the guys that follow me on Instagram, they see like my beat up ass Vans. They're all fucked up and shit, but I want to hit a 500 squat in these, in the same exact setup here. So I'm gonna keep rocking these out until I hit the 500 squat. So about to hit 365 right now for that kind of next warm-up set, and then we're gonna slowly start to inch up to that 415, and we're gonna take that shit for a ride. So dude, kind of nervous, but let's do this shit. All right, so we just got done with the first set. I'm fucking pretty pumped, I'm not gonna lie. I went into this shit trying to get 415 for only 8. That'd be that graduation weight that I was telling you guys earlier, but I fucking swung it for 9. This isn't like a clear sign to you guys, like your carb timing is everything. Your carb timing is everything. Your carbs are everything. First meal of the day has to be a shit ton of carbs. I'm not saying to like clean out 3 sleeves of bagels, but have a good amount of fucking carbs, bro. First thing in the morning, I probably had about 230 grams of carbs, give or take, and that helped kind of fill my glycogen stores for the rest of the day. Drank a shit ton of water too, because if you're just gonna eat carbs and not drink water, the carbs aren't really gonna have that much of an effect that they could have. Drinking a shit ton of water while making sure you carb up fills your muscles. It's game changer. Guys, I came in here wanting 415 for fucking 8. I got it for 9. The only reason why I didn't go for that extra like 10th rep, I can't believe I'm saying 10 reps for fucking 415. I'm a bodybuilder, right? I'm not a powerlifter, but squats for me is something that I've always hit. The first kind of exercise I fell in love to, and I just didn't want this compound to fatigue the rest of my lifts. And obviously after that 9th rep, if you look back at the clip of it, my quads and my legs kind of gave out. Like they started quaking just because like I was done. My legs were literally done. If I went down, I would have just failed it. I'd just have to drop the bar, bail out, and have to scrape the weight off. So push yourself to failure, especially going to squats, but be smart. If you know your legs are kind of quaking and giving out, it's one thing if you know deep down inside if you can get it. If you know your legs are gonna quake, go down on that squat and then your back kind of comes up and then you start to butt wink and then your lower back is fucking gone. You don't wanna do all that shit. As I told you guys before, 415, once you hit that graduation rep, I hit it for 9, so obviously that's gonna stay on. I'm gonna see if I could keep 415 for the rest of my 2 sets here, my working sets, so it's gonna be fucking pretty crazy. So yeah, so let's finish this shit off, man. I'm fucking pumped, dude. All right, guys, I still can't believe I actually like PR'd squats for 415 for a 9. I still can't believe that shit. Like, there's been so many times where I've came in to hit squats or hit like a training session and the weight just wasn't moving like at all. Like, not every training session is gonna be like a PR. That's just not how like fitness and bodybuilding and shit like that work. You might have gotten all your sleep, you might have ate all of your calories, all your macros, had a great day, right? You go to the gym and just the weight is not moving. You have to take that L like a man, try to go for it next week. That's all you can do. I see a lot of people like in the gym and shit, and they let their ego get in the way of that, and they start to really try to, your body's telling you, bro, like you're just not strong enough, you're just not there to hit that weight today. It's not for you to take it upon yourself to try to put yourself in a shitty situation where you could get fucking injured, and then you're out for 2-3 months with the fucking injury that you didn't want or you didn't plan for. I've seen it happen so many times and it's just so stupid. Like, it's so stupid. Take the L like a man, focus on your accessory movements, and just get ready for that next session, that next attempt on that weight. And that's another thing. I think a lot of people don't take their accessories as serious as they should be. The accessories is literally crucial to the PRs that you'll make. Again, I'm a bodybuilder. I'm specifically talking about people that want to hit a PR, whether that's on bench press, deadlifting, squatting. Your accessories are so fucking important, it's not even funny. Like for me, right, with squats and shit, I try to really focus on those accessories that I have in my training program. Whether that's Smith machine squats, hack squats, I pretend I have that 415 or whatever that PR weight I want to hit, and I'm visualizing that in my head, and I try to just focus on that stretch, focus on that, on my momentum. I start to notice once I started to PR on my accessories, my fucking squat shot through the roof. For some reason, dude, I'm just obsessed with squats. I've been obsessed with squats even before fitness. Just remember that was like one of the first exercises I started doing, especially when I was playing soccer in college. Our strength and conditioning coach like programmed the whole team front squats, and I think a sophomore in college around, I want to say 19, and I was fucking front squatting 315 for like 3, 4, 5 reps. Like, that was ridiculous. And ever since then, I've just absolutely fell in love with like front squats, anything to do with legs. I've just been such a huge fucking fan of. That's probably why my chest is my most lagging body part in my entire physique. So here we are, right? So yeah, we're gonna finish this shit up. All right, guys, I'm absolutely fucking fried. Crazy session, I'm not even gonna lie. It's just weird this time of year. It would just start randomly snowing, like really hard, and then all of a sudden it would just start randomly raining really hard. I guess we're like in like one of these weird heat waves and shit that I was talking about earlier. We were supposed to get a lot of snow this year in the Northeast, but I don't know what's going on. It's just more like rain, I guess, I don't know. And this is what I miss so much about being in the Northeast, being back in Connecticut, right? Moments and vibes like this, right? Not like what it was in like Florida, especially in the city here in Tampa. It was just really active, it was just really busy all the time. But moving made me realize like how much I truly love and appreciate the Northeast. One of the major things I really do like about Connecticut in particular is how peaceful it is, especially after like 9 p.m. Me and my girlfriend were in Tampa in the city. Obviously, again, it's the city. At 9, bro, it was like pretty fucking busy. From like 9 to like 11 was pretty busy, and then on the weekends you can forget about it. Here, I don't know what it is, probably because obviously there's a lower population rate up here in the Northeast. That's probably the reason why. After like 10 p.m. it's just complete ghost town. That's the times I usually go work out at. It is just such an unreal, like undescribable feeling driving home from the gym at like 12, 1, 2, maybe even 3 a.m. Can't explain to you guys, nor can really anyone explain to you guys. You have to experience it, right? For me, at least, just being here in a really quiet area has allowed me a lot more time to like think to myself, right? I could think about my thoughts a bit more. I feel a lot more creatively inclined. I feel a lot more motivated. And that's weird, right? Because sometimes you think you want to be around more upbeat, more high energy things to be motivated. We're not all the same though, right? For some people that might work. Some people thrive in a city. Like this one creator I follow, dude, absolutely love his work, Andrew James. He hops from like city to city, right? I'm pretty sure he was like out in Seattle like a few months ago and now back to New York City, right? Like that's his thing, right? He can always thrive upbeat, high kind of maintenance kind of areas. Whereas for me, I can't. Not saying I cannot produce or do things in a high upbeat area. Like I'd most definitely visit these areas, but as far as moving there and building my name and building a foundation, that's not where it's gonna happen. Like I've been sitting here the whole time. There's maybe been what, maybe 2 cars in the past probably half an hour that drove past me. Like it allows me a lot more time just to think to myself. I'm not saying Connecticut's like this deserted fucking state. Just imagine if you could just be somewhere like in a town, a small town, or like even a big town. You're the only person with maybe 5 other people. You have a lot of time to think to yourself, right? You have a lot of time to kind of talk to yourself, and people might think like, oh, Dex, why are you talking to yourself? That's fucking weird. Actually, it's not, dude, because you are your best friend, right? You know yourself best, and no one else is gonna know yourself best. So Ash and I are actively looking for like new apartments we're gonna go move into next. We've toured only one, I think. Definitely we'll have a decision probably the next like week or so, probably from the time this video goes up, and then probably the next video will probably be like us probably moving in or getting ready to move in, so I'll take you guys through that as well. I'm pretty sure Ash and I, we just got that bill for the lease breakage, and if I don't know if you guys don't know that, so if you sign a lease for an apartment you're gonna move to and you don't fulfill that duration that you signed to stay there, you get hit with a heavy penalty. Pretty sure our lease breakage, I'm very transparent with you guys. I love you guys, man, you know what I mean? I hope you guys fucking realize this shit by now. I'm very transparent when it comes to like information and shit like that. I'm not like some number sensitive bitch. I'm just gonna be very upfront and blunt because it's the reality of shit. I'm pretty sure everything came up to like a total of like $6,248, give or take. Or was it, I don't know, or was it $6,400? Like the lease breakage, and then I'm pretty sure it's like $2,600 for like the fucking U-Haul and all that. So we're out, give or take, like about $8,000. Give maybe $9,000 if you want to round, yeah, probably $9,000 if you want to round up. Either way, Ash and I had to move, right? After that year anyway, so we would have to pay for that U-Haul at some point. Why continue to pay rent for somewhere and stay there for the 7, 8 more months or 9 months that we had left in the lease, whereas you could just fork up the cash, the $6,000 plus, just leave now, right? So put shit in a perspective, and I'm a big believer, like I understand money runs the fucking world, unfortunately. Money can be made back, bro. Like it's really never that deep. If you want a new camera, if you want like a new piece of gym equipment, if you want something, if you want a new car, dude, save up for it and fucking spend it, bro. It makes no sense just keeping the cash there in your account, just letting it just stay there just to show you have this amount of savings. I understand to keep some cash away for like an emergency if something happens. Don't be an idiot, bro. Spend your cash, enjoy your cash, but make sure you're smart with your cash, most importantly. Financial advice with Dex 101. I gotta get more SD cards, man. The shit keeps running out of fucking space. It's so annoying. But anyway, Friday, February 23rd, 2:13 a.m. We're gonna manifest this motherfucker. I'm making my #1 priority this year to make a name for myself, truthfully, on this platform, on YouTube, on Instagram. You guys are gonna be here firsthand to experience this shit. All the shit I talk from day one to back it up. All the long days of working a job just to be able to fund your creative vision, to be able to fund your passion, to put it all into this. All the late nights of training sessions. As soon as those 8 hours are are up for me. I eat, I carb up, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's like almost like clock in out of one full-time job and I go fucking punch in to my other full-time job. It's 16 hours, right? That's not including like taking a shit. That's not including like making food, spending time with my girlfriend. This is the sacrifice it fucking takes. Some of us don't even have the privilege that I do. Some of us don't have the privilege of being able to do social media and do things like that completely independently from the get-go. Some of us have a longer path that we need to fucking do with this shit. Can't just fucking say, woe is me. You need to deal with the cards you have. Just man up and be like, yo, this is a deck of cards I have. I'm gonna make this the best deck of fucking cards that anyone could ever wish for. That's the kind of mindset that I have, and that's the kind of mindset I hope you guys can adopt. But yeah, I love you guys more than you know. Again, if you guys want to support me at all, feel free to use code DEXPage.com at checkout. It saves you 15% off. Helps me stay alive, right? Helps me to kind of put more cash into more of my videos, right? Get new different things. Also some chicken breasts, right? Because you know, you gotta get these gains, baby. I love you guys more than you know, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.